of people, they're not sure what they want to do in life when they're coming up and they're getting older. I was one of those people. I didn't quite know what exactly I wanted to do. And I would look to other people to see what they were doing, what they were successful at. Although I saw it, there was no one really speaking directly to me. Like, hey, this is how I did it, this is how you can do it, and these are the steps you take. And I didn't really witness their failures, or, I only saw the success of it. A teenager watching me and saying, oh, ultimately, I want to do what he's doing. And then they can see it from the beginning. And so then it makes it more realistic for them. So they're inspired because they're actually connected in a way that their situation is similar. They don't just see it at the top. They actually see it from the ground level. And so then they know that if that's the path that I want to take, I could very well go through the same things that he went through. I know that I saw him continue to push forward. So I have to do the same if I want that same result. There's going to be somebody who's watching this that goes after their dream, and they won't stop until they reach their goal. If they do that, then ultimately what I set out to do is complete. Ultimately sticking to my own plan of what look I wanted to have and what direction I wanted to take this with bodybuilding. It was basically just staying in my own box, because no two people are alike, and this is in whatever you're doing. It's not just bodybuilding, this is in life, period. So what works for the next person isn't gonna work for me. So I had to look at those physiques of the bigger guys, even like some of the guys now, and come to the realization like, okay, I could go there, but is that gonna be the best thing for me? And when I look at my starting body structure and I line it up versus how theirs were, it was different from the jump. So it's no way I can follow someone else's path when mine started different. So it made it very easy as I started to grow and this thing started to transpire as the way my body was changing. It was just reassurance that I was doing the right thing. So you just have to be confident in what you're doing, and then the path's gonna set itself. So then you just have to follow it after there. So it's a little bit of an instinct, and you just gotta trust the process. I mean, you'll hear that floating around a lot of times, trust the process. But a lot of people don't, because they're looking at someone else's process and someone else's result, and then they're convinced that, well, if I want that, then I need to do what they're doing. But the path to success isn't always the same. All right, guys, so here we are, Columbus, Ohio, and here's a famous Arnold statue. This is what all this work led up to. And as you can see, guy from Texas, I chose to bring the sun with me today. So it's no snow, and the show is still on. I'm super excited. Unfortunately, I have some crazy events going on, but I couldn't be more excited. This is definitely something that has been in the making, I guess you could say. You say that, to keep pushing forward, be determined, don't give up. Well, when did you come across those situations that actually tested you? And you had the opportunity whether you were gonna go left or go right. And a lot of people will jump off the boat. They'll say, you know what, this is harder than I thought. This isn't exactly what I planned my first, second time out. I'm just gonna give up. Well, when I say that, yeah, don't quit, keep going, they see it. Everyone sees it, they witness it. And he got 16, he didn't stop. He got 16th again, he didn't stop. Oh, he got first, great. He got 13th, he didn't stop. He got 8th, he didn't stop. He got first, great. Okay, he got 10th, he didn't stop. And now we're here, and we're just gonna keep going, and people witness that, No one knows what they can handle until you actually go through it. And you don't know if you can push through failure unless you have it. And you could have some success. You could come out of the gate winning, like win, win, win. And everything's great. It's like life's good, everything's going the way I want it to go, and then bam, that one moment hits and it's totally not what you expected. And you're not prepared for it mentally. And that will break you, because you're gonna have to retreat and find out how to deal with that. So it's almost one of those deals where I would have rather have had an auspicious start like myself and not come out on top, so I could learn from the beginning, being at the bottom is not anything new to me. I've been there, so I'm not afraid to go back there. But guess what? I am hungry to get to the top. And so you just can't stop me. I can go after this relentlessly with no fear because I don't have a fear of failure because that doesn't exist for me. You know, everything it's a lesson if I don't achieve the goal. Even when I win, it's still a lesson, and I'm just going to keep going after the same mentality every time. I'm pretty sure I was kind of written off after the California Pro and the New York Pro the first year in 2018. You know, so when 2019 came around, it was kind of like, I think people started to see a little bit of potential. This is my second year working with Chris, my second year on the pro stage. So it was like, okay, let's see what he can do. And people started to take notice. And then myself, I actually started to engage the fans also though, because instead of posting the basic pictures like I see a lot of people do, you know, look at my arms, look at my back, just basically showing off, I found out, well, how can I take what I'm doing? That's the beginning. That's kind of the beginning of where I started. How can I take this thing that I'm doing and inspire people and connect with them? And it started with training content. Yeah, that's when I became more active on YouTube. And I would show like how I actually trained, how I got this physique, because I knew that there were people who would ask me questions and say, well, how do you build this? How do you build that? And the best way to address it was to show them how I was doing it. So that's when I started up the YouTube videos. So then it started climbing like that because then the YouTube videos would find their way to motivational pages on Instagram. They would find their way on Google or different foreign sites, you know, that would pop up that would show me training. And so then the following started to grow and grow. And then after the California State win and I got the ticket punch to go to Olympia, then it started to grow a little bit more. And it was cool because then people started to kind of take notice, but they still weren't kind of locked in. They, you know, it was just sitting them seeing, hey, what's he gonna do? And then after Olympia, that's when I started getting all the, I didn't know who you were before the Olympia, which was cool. I mean, you gotta find out sometime, you know. So it worked out, and it's been nothing but motivating for myself to be able to connect with everybody what I'm doing. I always wear that because they like to take pictures.
Spot on. Yeah, try the phone.
Yeah. Dude, don't do anything.
You gotta make sure those curls on point.
You know what's funny is, it's crazy. I can't really say someone influences me because I treat bodybuilding, or you know, my life is like a chess game. It's chess. That's what it is. Bodybuilding is chess. Life's chess. Every day, I have a plan. What the goal is, like I said, and I'm gonna have to make moves every day to get there. And I've gotten this frame of mind from seeing what other people didn't do. So it's not like I have someone there telling me, hey, you should do this, you should do that, you should do this. This is how you need to do this, and this is how you get there. I'm very observant. So like I said, with me treating bodybuilding and life like a game of chess, every move that's a piece off the board, one goal I accomplish here, one goal I accomplish there. And I'm not thinking one move ahead. If I make one move, then I'm actually thinking 3-4 moves ahead as how that's gonna impact my game. And that's the game of bodybuilding, the game of life. So I play it like chess. Ultimately, I have a plan. And with chess, you know, if something's not going immediately how you want it to go, you can switch it up at any time. So that's why you just have to think 3 or 4 moves ahead, because if something doesn't go like I want it to go with these shows or anything that's going on, I'm like, okay, cool, no big deal. I can bounce back from that because I had an ultimate plan over here anyway.